Before we start, check out my brand new 40-120 transformation program, the ultimate fitness coaching program for men over 40. Click the link in the description to learn more about it. All right, guys, Nick Drossos.
And Dr. Laurent here.
And welcome to Man Yourself Up. And today in the house, we got two other guests because we're going to be talking about fitness over 40. We got my cousin Perry.
Hello, hello.
And Costa Tsikiris, who's going to be 50 soon. So we're all
soon. We still got some time left.
We're all in our 40s except the doc here. You are
39.
39, so you're almost
He's on the
getting
cusp. He's on the cusp.
I'll
He's
come
almost
one
there.
day, not today.
So am I entitled to any more respect in here since I'm the
You're the
there.
oldest.
And you're also the biggest.
He's the biggest. So.
We got like the leaner, the medium.
not the extra large.
No, and the bigger guy.
XL.
So let's talk about fitness over 40. What has been the challenges for each of us, and for you, like now that you're going to be hitting 40.
Wow.
What are some of the challenges that we have faced? The different type of training we've done, the injuries, everything that it means to turn 40 and still try to stay in shape. Because
I think Nico, first and foremost, Nico or Nick?
Yeah, Nico.
Nick, okay.
Yeah.
What we should specify is actually there's 3 different types of training in here.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We need to specify that. You train for agility, mobility, quickness. You don't really care about size I'm not going to say you don't care,
Yeah.
but aesthetics is not your priority.
But it is, but not. It's not my top priority. You're absolutely right. It's not. I'm not focused on how I'm going to look in front of the mirror and how I'm going to pose. That's absolutely true.
So, and knowing Perry now for quite a while and seeing what he posts, Perry trains more for strength. I would say
Strength, size. I do want
still,
the
yeah.
aesthetic, but I'm not working towards a competition or a goal like Costa is,
Yeah.
Like I just do it because it's been in my system for 30 years now. So it's also part of my DNA now. I can't give it up. And sometimes I feel like training for power. Sometimes I feel like growing a certain body part better, but I'm not aiming towards anything specific. So, yeah.
You see, myself, like Perry, in the past, obviously growing up in the 80s, the 90s, right? It was just
Hulk
how big
Hogan and Macho
could I
Man.
get, how meaty could I get my chest, my arms? And then after that, with the help of my wife and my coach, they guided me towards the bodybuilding aspect, so just aesthetic. And again, it was, how far can we go with words in here?
yeah, whatever. It's
We're
all
good. We're open.
Yeah.
It was a mind fuck for me to understand until speaking to other bodybuilders. And now I'm not your quintessential bodybuilder that you see on the stage, that those mass monsters. I'm the aesthetic style bodybuilder, right? I compete in physique. So it was a mind fuck to understand that, you know what, forget training for size. What are you training for? Are you training for size? Are you training for power? Are you training to be a strongman, or are you training to be aesthetically pleasing?
Yeah.
And the reality is I'm training just for aesthetic purposes. Now, granted, strength does come with
for
the
sure,
territory,
for sure.
but I couldn't care less. It's at the gym, there's zero ego lifting for me.
Yeah.
It's just how specific is my movement, the weight, how I move it, what angles that I target to target specific muscles, like the great Arnold Schwarzenegger said.
That's it.
I'm sculpting.
Yeah,
I'm adding
that's
a
what it
little
is.
extra
That's what it
here.
is.
Oh, I need to relax here, add a little there. So that's
So
what
yeah,
I'm...
it's a different training. I've trained with you. I've seen how Costa trains because we trained at the same gym.
That's right.
So I've seen him, like, he's a strong guy. If he wants, he can push the weight. But
Yeah.
you see him, he won't go out of his way to, like, hey, let me lift this today,
Oh no, but you know what? If I may interject there, Perry, it was funny because my strong muscle is my shoulders, if you will. Okay. So I had these kids at the gym. Now I was prepping. It was last spring. I was prepping for competition, and I had the pump cover. When you're dropping body fat, you're dropping weight. You don't want to. You're keeping it down low.
How much
right?
are you at now, body fat?
But I'm actually low. I'm actually quite big for the body fat. Actually, this morning I had my my checkup.
You
saw me.
Yeah.
7.7% body fat at 200.
His doc's like, what?
At 216 pounds, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's the heaviest and not the leanest I've been, but at this weight, to be this low in
It's
body
so hard
fat.
to sustain that because I've seen you eat, man. When I go to his restaurant, he's just eating. I
Yeah,
remember
but I'm
the-
not. You see, I always it's specific things that I eat. I'm not eating just anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything's counted. Everything like my fats, my carbs, my proteins, everything. People think, how do you live like that? I enjoy it.
Yeah, you have.
And
I think
you also do get used to it. I started the carnivore thing like a month ago, and I thought I was gonna miss breads and pasta, but I'm enjoying this. Like I don't miss it. I'm loving how I'm feeling. I feel great. You know, I suffered from depression, anxiety. It's really helped with that stuff tremendously. But you don't, like you said, it becomes a way of life, and you actually look forward to doing what you're doing.
I enjoy the way I eat, but you see, you have no carbs. Now, for me, I don't have,
I do cheat. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not
Okay.
doing a full carnivore. I will add like my veggies. Sometimes I'll sneak in some rice, but very small portion.
I'll feel it right away. If I don't have my carbs, I feel it right away. I don't have any
I think-
strength
I
at the
think
gym.
for
Listen,
me,
the first few days, my sugar was dropping in the middle of the night. I started getting scared. I'm like, I can't do that. I'm gonna die in my sleep.
Doc, what do you think?
won't.
What do you think of this, Doc? Have you like the carnivore diet or?
Well, I have no specific thought about it because I never experienced it myself. I always say that I have, I will talk about something that I have an experience with. Okay. I don't know that diet per se.
Yeah.
Right. I don't recommend that diet because I don't know it
Well,
based on that only.
I have a cousin of mine. He's 50, 57, 57 or 58. He actually just started. Maybe about 3-4 months ago. He started, but he doesn't cheat at all.
No.
Full carnivore. The fats, this that, and he swear he had problems with his knees with it. He swears by it.
Well-
He's never felt better. He said. He does not want to even attempt to
Well,
cheat
that's the thing.
because he feels so good.
It's funny you said that because
Pardon?
Doctor, sorry.
That's great.
That's great for him. Now,
Exactly.
I don't know if I'm being honest, and I'm a meat eater. I love my meat. But would I be able not to eat? Like you see right now, if I sit down and I don't have, right now, per meal, I have 250 grams of rice per meal. So, yeah. So if I don't have my 250 grams, and I could tell, like my wife, let's say she prepares me my plate,
So you calculate everything.
everything I eat.
Listen, when it comes to how cut you are, it's all diet.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
you got
gym.
like. I mean, I could never like. I mean, I don't know if it's discipline.
It is a lot of
or
discipline.
like.
It
I
is,
guess
that's all
you
it
have
is.
to really enjoy it. I still like. I have more of a balanced, if you want to say. I'll still eat a little bit of everything. Nothing too extreme.
But also,
like,
your workouts burn a lot more calories than ours.
Ooh, I don't know
I
about
would
that.
think so, no?
Listen, I've seen him work out, and I'm taking nothing away from yours. Taking nothing away from the workout. However, I don't know. I don't know if it's just I won't do HIIT. I don't do any type of HIIT.
Yeah.
My cardio is less.
Yeah.
I do bike in the morning while I set my day up with emails. I go through my social media, whatever it may be, on my bike first thing in the morning on an empty stomach.
that's the.
Yeah, full fasted. All I have is I have maybe 500 milliliters of water.
So you eat what every 2-3 hours? Do you do? Like,
About 2.5 hours. So after I finish my cardio, I go upstairs. I prep my breakfast, which my breakfast is a hell of a
15 eggs.
No, well, it's funny you should say that. It's 11 egg whites, 4 full eggs.
Look at, he's like, what am I doing here?
I might be dead if I do that.
Right now, it's 11 egg whites, 4 full eggs, 2 big slices of oatmeal bread that my wife's aunt prepares for me specifically, and half a pineapple.
Half a pineapple.
Oh my God, my pineapple. My coach took it away from me for a couple of months. I was like, it was like you took away cocaine. Not that I know what it's. I was on detox, shaking in the morning.
It's funny what you said about your cousin, right? He's doing the carnivore. You
Yes,
said?
yes.
Okay. One of the reasons I have a very bad arthritis because of all my work, I was always in freezers and fridges all my life. So I have arthritis everywhere. And since it's been now a month I've been doing this, I have no pains anymore. I wake up and I'm not in pain. My joints don't hurt. And for that reason alone, I don't want to go back. Just the fact that I don't wake up and my shoulder is not cricking and cracking in my knee, I'm like, okay, it's worth not eating the fries and the rice and everything.
Fries,
Again,
huh?
I love fries.
look,
man.
last time my daughter was having some 2 days ago, and I was looking at I kind of wanted
have
them,
some.
but it feels good not to be in pain. And one of the reasons, like we're talking about over 40. Look, when we were young, we would get hurt.
It's the recovery is the biggest.
We would be
factor for
fine.
us.
I'm at a point where I don't want to get hurt, because if I get hurt now, you're looking at long time. Even on TRT, it still takes longer to heal.
Way
I don't-
longer.
I don't know. I had my a bicep tear, full bicep tear on my arm in early September of last year. Now, speaking to other people at the gym, when they see me, they saw me up until the time which I got my surgery. It was only a week after I had the accident. Now, people would see me and, okay, wait a minute, you're not in your usual gym gear, you're not in your usual t-shirts, what's going on? You're not lifting the same way, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong? Disclosed, okay, full bicep tear. Oh, okay, look, me too, everybody's, but here, look at my scar, this, that. So everybody's, listen, forget it, you're competing next year. Well, I'm meant to compete in June. Yeah, forget it, 2024 is not going to happen. Start thinking for 2025, you're not going to compete in 2024, your recovery won't happen. Everybody was telling me it's going to be at least 6 months till you start being able to lift again. Now, I took everything in my, I put all the chances on my side. Collagen, my omegas, pineapple. I heard that it heals from the inside. That's where the pineapple came in. So I was a full pineapple a day. I was crushing a full pineapple, one a day, no problem. Let's go. So collagen, I will cook my rice, which I eat a lot of rice, cook my my rice with collagen. I'd add collagen to my water. I'd add collagen here. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, how fast it made me recover, because I was back at the gym a month after I took off my cast. I was back at the gym almost fully healed.
You're Wolverine.
So what does the collagen do exactly, doctor?
Well, the collagen, when you eat it, it will be degraded in your stomach. You will eat the collagen, but you will absorb only the amino acids. Okay? You will have enough amino acids to meet your need for collagen. I don't know if it goes really back to collagen after. Personally, I don't know. I don't remember that. I don't have any science behind that. I don't know the science. So people say it works. Some other people say it doesn't. So I will tell you, the best treatment is the one that works for you. If it works for you,
Great.
fine.
Yeah.
That's what I will say.
I
but
do find though, sorry, doctor, I do find that since TRT, like my little injuries do heal a little
so tell
quicker.
me about that, because you were on the show. We talked about it. How you've been on TRT? What, for 2 years?
2 years now at 100 milligrams a week. So it's a beginner's dose. It's nothing extravagant.
But you were what? You were at 2 or something when you started.
So I don't remember what the measurements are, but it's supposed to be between 7 and 25 something, and I was always like at 2, 3. So I had low testosterone because of all the antidepressants and the anxiety medications over the years. My estrogen was actually quite high. Because of all the antidepressants and everything. So when I took my TRT, it really helped me, like tremendously. Like, forget the body. We've talked about this. Mentally, I just felt better.
that's good for you. But the thing is, what you need to know, the more you take testosterone, the higher will your estrogen.
It converts into
It does,
converts
yeah.
into estrogen.
Like some people take
Aromatizes, I believe.
yeah, but I don't want to take them because I've read too much nasty things about them.
Like the e-breaks, stuff like this.
Which one? What are they? I haven't heard of which one of these.
So a lot of the things that people associate with TRT, the dangers, I've read that a lot of them have more to do with the anti-estrogen pills that they take more than the TRT. So for that, and there's heart disease in my family. So I'm on it. For me, the benefits were worth it mentally. Forget physically, just mentally, like less anxiety, less depression. So I'm like,
How much does that affect, doctor? Would you know?
Well, the effect on TRT is like it brings you back to a younger state. Okay, it's like you were producing more. But the thing is, when you take it for more than 3 months, you will be like, it's like cocaine for you.
You're dependent, yeah.
For real?
You cannot go off it.
Yeah, you stay on for life.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go off it, you will have your symptoms again.
Yeah.
You will have
Low
low
testosterone.
testosterone and everything.
So this is a lifetime commitment.
Yes,
It's
sir.
not even if you
Yes,
if you like again get back in shape, you lose weight, you gain muscle. The
Not a
moment you stop
problem.
it,
You will have withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah.
wow.
No, I'm
And it
aware.
takes a year.
Until your system gets back
Yes,
to
and it takes more than a year for your system to come back. I went through it already.
Oh, did you? I didn't know. Wow.
I have low T. Okay, my testosterone was at 1. So One, I have no energy. Okay, I have
What would be the cause of that? Like
the cause of
we've
that
talked
in
about it
my
the yeah.
in my case was metabolism. My metabolism just slowed like this, and in
Just a
3
genetic
months,
factor or just
genetic factor. So in my family, most people turn diabetic in their 30s. So I was yes. So I am diabetic,
Oh, you are okay.
type 2, and I'm not supposed to be. I'm not obese, but heavy. Okay, with low T. So people are asking me, why do you have a low testosterone? Well, I don't know. I've been taking testosterone for I took testosterone first. The first one I took was nasal one, the Natesto. That was the greatest one for me. Then I changed to PO. PO is the worst. Never take a pill.
What's the PO?
Yes, there is a pill.
What is that?
Pill.
Oh, the pills.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. No,
So
I wouldn't take the pills.
Never
It's bad for the
take
liver,
pill.
no?
It's it might give you a lot of clots.
Okay.
Yeah, clots and everything. So you can have that. So no, and injections. Wow,
Subcutaneous or intramuscular?
intramuscular.
I
Intramuscular.
do it in my belly fat.
So you it's subcutaneous.
Yeah. I have a small needle.
I prefer the
Intramuscular.
intramuscular. That's a preference.
Yeah.
So what do you think of that? Of the
Me?
What? Yeah, no, I am asking you because you are taking it.
Yes, I am. That's what I'm telling you. Listen,
So-
I don't take subcutaneous. The TRT that I take, obviously, like, look, you see what I can't stand here
It's
and
so thick, eh? It's very
it's
thick.
oily.
It's
Now I
oily.
can't sit here and tell like if I'd be an idiot to be sitting here and telling everybody, you know what? Yeah, I'm growing in size and I've put on muscle and this and that without TRT. You know
But
what?
let me ask you a
I started this journey at the age of 45. I started competing.
So was there a reason why you started it?
Well, when I started it is I got my first competition. I went ahead. I did everything and I was. It's a big factor, guys. My first competition. How long? 5 years ago. 5 years ago, my first competition. Yeah, 5 years ago, I was on stage at 178 pounds. Okay, now I'm going to be on stage this June. I'm going to be on stage at around 200, between 205, 208 pounds.
And wait, that is because of the TRT.
I believe, yeah.
because
Listen,
of
food,
So is that like
hold
I've
on,
been
Nick.
trying to
Hold
grow.
on,
I'm
Nick.
like
no, Nico.
I always go 165 to
You
175.
need it.
I'm
You
the same.
need it.
I'm the same weight when I was 23.
Well, hold on here. Hold on. Let's back up here. It's not just TRT.
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
not just
Training,
TRT.
yeah,
there's a lot
No,
of
forget
stuff.
even the training.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not even the training.
The way you eat.
Honestly, it's the food. My first bulk, I went from 178 pounds on stage. I bulked up to 228 pounds in a matter of 3.5, 4 months.
So let me ask you,
I gained 50 pounds.
what do you think the TRT did in that?
Recover, like Perry said, the recovery, and I was
Strength.
able, my strength, I was able to push harder. Why was I able to push harder? Because I recovered faster.
Yeah.
So I was able to get back to the gym and go back at it.
If I'm being honest with myself, I would say that my body being what it is right now, I would say a good 20% of it is the TRT, 25, but the rest is the hard work. I'm at the
Yeah,
gym
no, I
5
see
days.
more.
I'm 5 days a week, an hour and a half, every 5 days a week.
Like I tell people, you could take TRT, but if you don't go to the gym,
And what he
nothing's gonna
said,
happen.
diet, right?
But wait,
Doing
sorry,
the carnivore now, eating all this protein, everything's getting more dense. I just
But
feel
wait, I have
better.
a question. Costa, were you low TRT when you decided to do it, or was it just more like you wanted to compete at a higher level?
I just wanted to compete at a higher
Okay,
level.
okay.
It's not like I went and got tested. Honestly, my testosterone was good for my age.
Yeah.
Now, it was good for my age, but I wasn't going to be able to gain that muscle to do this. And now, honestly, believe it or not, did I need to? Because truth be told, at the weight that I was on stage at 178 pounds, I look great.
Yeah.
Okay, not to sound
no.
conceited.
Yeah.
Look, I because of that weight, I managed to earn the right to compete on the national level. So now, since that competition, I've been competing on the national level at pro qualifying shows in Toronto since.
How tall are you, Costa?
6 feet even.
6 feet, and you're 178.
I was at 178.
So I'm 5'8", and I'm 180 now.
Yeah,
So for my height, I'm a good size. Like the most I ever been when I was not on TRT, I was on full like roids. I was 205 pounds and I had 8% body fat. That was at my biggest, but I looked like an idiot. I looked like, because I'm short. Like wearing 200 pounds on a 5'7" frame is not the same as wearing it on a 6-foot frame. You understand what I mean?
It's crazy. So again, because of that, I said, no, okay, let me see. Cause this journey all started as a joke. Okay, my wife used to compete. Okay, she got injured.
Yeah,
so
I would see her training there too. She knows her stuff.
So it's because of her. So she did a few competitions, and her and my cousin, my coach, they started pushing me. Why don't you compete? Why don't you compete? Why don't you compete? So then I did it. I'm like, whoa, wait, hold on here. I go, I like this. I like this. I enjoy the process.
You have to enjoy the process.
So then again, I went and got tested. I got my levels tested. I got all my blood work done. Everything was fine. But the reality is, I was pushing because I didn't go on TRT right away. I was pushing. I did my first bulk. It was honestly, you would see me at home. My daughters were laughing at me. They're like, Dad, are you okay? I was just these mountains of food and I'm just shoving. They're done eating. They're getting up, walking away from the table. And I'm just sitting there like this. I wasn't fat, but I was gaining weight. Tying my shoes, I was out of breath.
Yeah.
I would do cardio, no problem. But tying my shoes, bending over to pick something up. So then I gained the weight. It was fine. I put on some muscle for the second competition. Great. I went up to 190 pounds. So I put on 12 pounds after I cut the fat. Great. But then it wasn't as easy. Because again, I'm getting up there in age. Every year that passes, I'm getting older.
Yeah.
I'm getting older. So, okay, wait a minute. This hurts now. Oh, my shoulder hurts. My elbow hurts.
Sir, let me ask you a question, Doc. Like, I'm not on TRT. My TRT levels are good. They're in like in
Good for
the
you.
high level. And I thought about it. If they're good, should I? Like, I mean,
That's
sometimes
always a
I think,
choice.
should I take it to like
Listen,
just?
why?
is there
Why?
Why
Why
do you
would-
need that? Why would you
Yeah,
do
but
that?
why
I don't know.
is
Is it
important.
going to help me more with recovery? Is it going to help me?
It
with
definitely will. That
strength?
definitely
It's
will.
gonna
It
help me.
will.
Like, I mean, I've had a lot of injuries too, on and off with training, especially the fighting. but then,
have your
May
answer.
I stop you with something there? Okay, and the doctor could chime in on this because I don't know the science behind it. When I did get my surgery on my arm, okay, obviously, like doing what I do, I'm following Christopher Bumstead, the Olympia champion, Canadian champion. Some strongmen that I love, like Bjornsson, Thornton.
I love these guys.
The Mountain.
I love
The
these
Mountain.
guys.
Larry Wheels.
Well, not Larry, but a few other of these guys, like I follow them, and you hear what they're taking because of injury, and they all take a stack. It's peptides. It's not a steroid. It's a peptide, BPC 157 and TB 500. Now, that being said, when I had my injury, okay, some guys at the
what
gym.
they are?
Some guys at the gym, the peptides supposedly are they're amino acids.
I know what the
they are.
peptides,
Okay.
but I don't know that specific type.
Okay, well, these ones here supposedly the BPC 157 is it makes you recover at an incredible rate. Okay, and the TB 500 allows you to put on some muscular size. So they said those two stacked together, which is a lot of what these guys take, and it's not a steroid. It's subcutaneous injections.
Okay.
Now, I was thinking about taking it, but I said my recovery
All
is going.
those SARMs.
Yeah, peptides, not SARMs. Different, different things.
Is it in the same like family?
That the doctor would say. I don't know if it's the same family.
SARMs, no. SARMs are steroids that are not steroids.
They're
So-
pre-steroids, pro-hormones.
Exactly. Those are the ones that you can take them and they will act on you, but they will act on a specific thing. Let's say that testosterone one will work only on muscle, just not on your prostate, not on your liver and anything else, just what I personally know. But as a doctor, I would have no idea what
You don't.
There's
You,
some
you
things
don't.
that-
You don't. You don't give this to patients or anything of that stuff. Okay.
Nope.
Listen, you asked the question. The why is very important. Why are you taking it?
I feel.
He's
I would
competing
take
on
it,
a
yeah,
national
yeah.
stage.
Oh yeah, but I didn't take these. Now this
No,
is
no,
the
no.
thing.
I mean the TRT.
The
Like
TRT,
what
yeah.
they was asking. I'm taking it. I took it because I had my own issues, right?
Yeah.
Now look, I'm not against these things. You know, there's this misconception, you know, with pro athletes and everything. The truth is, if your life and your money depends on it, and that's your career, just even the playing field. Let anybody take what they want to take, and just even the playing field.
At least even.
But I don't. This is not my livelihood. This I'm just doing it
No,
for
I
fun.
know you're doing it for fun, but you know what I mean. Like you're competing at a national level, right? Even if you're doing it for fun, you're still on that national stage. So obviously, it's important that you keep up with everybody. And plus, you're another. Look, we're older guys.
I'm the oldest.
see the
Like
way-
in my division, I'm the oldest in my division, and I've been the oldest in my division now for. And last year I was also the
If
oldest.
you're telling me TRT at 18 years old, I'll give you a smack across your head. But at our age, I don't see a drawback really, to be honest with you. I don't see the drawback.
Even if my TRT levels are good,
Well, it's always a choice. Why? Always ask yourself.
I'm always
why.
thinking, is it going to make me more performant, recover?
But you see,
Do you
Nico,
really care?
then the question, the question in regards to this, I would ask the doctor. Again, these peptides, which are not steroids, you see, TB500 is a peptide.
500. I need to look that up.
TB500 stacked with the BPC5. Again, I wish to God my recovery wasn't going as well to try that, because it's not a steroid, to try it to see what it would do. Because people at the gym swore by it. They're like, dude, take it. Take this. It's incredible. You'll feel.
Is it a hormone?
It's a peptide.
It's a peptide.
It's a peptide. It's an amino
It's
acid.
an amino acid. Okay.
He goes, you'll feel like Wolverine. It's crazy how you recover.
But listen, look, the truth is, like I said, I'm at an age where now, like the doctor said, I can't stop, but I don't plan to stop. Like sometimes I think about that. I'm like, is it something that I can do forever? Maybe I'll switch to a cream eventually because I don't want to always inject myself like forever.
Creams, don't do creams.
No, I heard the absorption is not
why
good.
Why
The
not?
absorption is not as good as the injection.
Injection. But look, again, we're talking about health and training right at our 40s.
Yeah.
The truth is,
I
don't
mean, I think it's a lifestyle too. Like, I mean, it's not just the TRT. It's eating well.
It's eating well. It's
Exercising,
enjoying going to the gym, too.
sleeping
You have to
well,
like it.
practicing meditation, keeping your stress level like low.
Guys,
if you're stressed
guys,
out and
I've found an article on McGill,
Miguel, I saw that article.
the human lab rats injecting themselves with peptides. So I have to read it.
you have to
I
read it. We'll have a part 2.
I had to read this
But
because I didn't know about it.
Okay.
I personally don't. So
I had never
cannot
heard of them
give an
also, to
answer.
be honest. And I
I'm telling you, so many people were, again, the popular thing that I was asked, are you taking growth hormone? I'm not. Okay, you should take growth hormone. It's going to help you recover. Now, growth hormone, the real growth hormone, forget this, the stuff that you, I don't know how good it is, but the actual stuff, it's very expensive. In the States, I know in the States, from what I heard, because I visited some friends not too long ago, it's very well, the doctors are split 50-50 from what I understand. Again, I'm not the go-to source here, but from what I understood, TRT is a lot more accepted than what it is here.
in the States, yes.
In the States.
Yeah.
even here now, it's starting to become.
It's
It's
more
starting.
accepted,
Yeah.
It's starting. But there, it's like very accepted. Like they're giving TRT to women.
Yeah.
I know women that are on TRT in the States, and their mood has changed. Their bodies have changed. It's helped them with
Osteoporosis.
Porosis. Yeah, that's right. For their bones, their bone density.
their sexual desire.
Yes.
So here, because there was a gentleman who was doing a paper, he was doing his doctorate, and he asked to interview me anonymously and just asked me questions. And when I had asked him after it was done, I had asked him, "Why are you asking me these questions? I go, you're fairly young." He goes, "I was borderline suicidal." He goes, "I thought about taking my life a few times." I goes, and I couldn't figure out why. And then after that, he expressed this to me himself. I got tested, and my testosterone levels were so low.
So sorry, so
Please.
why does that? Why
Leads
does it?
to
It's your hormonal
Yes.
imbalance.
I know
if
about that. I was
if your
suicidal.
testosterone is low, most people will have decreased sexual desire, decreased energy, decreased erection dysfunction, so erectile dysfunction. You will also gain weight around your waist. That's one.
The belly fat, the tire.
Yes. And you will also have mental health issues like depression because you will have a brain chemical imbalance from it.
Just from that.
Look, I suffered from
Just from that alone.
suicidal. I would have suicidal thoughts when I was depressed. The TRT again for me was more. It saved me more mentally than physically.
Well, I've seen the difference since you were on.
I feel like a different human being. My wife sees it. I'm better on it. So again, the why is important. Why are you doing these things? Why are you training? Like, okay, he's competing. Your career. This is your
it's my
career.
career,
I'm training because along with the TRT, training keeps my anxiety
Yeah,
low.
and you need
If I
that,
miss
yeah.
3 days at the gym, my anxiety shoots
You're done.
right back up.
Really?
Right away. Like my mind doesn't stop.
I've seen it. You need it.
I need the gym.
The
I
only
need to
thing
get
I've
to
seen you do is he goes through these high extremes where he gets injured because I see him when he comes to my gym. He's lifting of like 70s, 80s,
Now-
90s. It's like he's in the back, and then you do this high, and then you get
Well,
injured.
now I learned. We talked about this. This maybe we can talk about in our 40s. No more dumbbells. I use the hammer strength machines.
Well, the last thing I did heavy, like I was saying before, the story that I started before. So I was getting ready last spring for the competition. So I had my pump cover on, my sweatshirt, and again I'm losing weight, so I'm flat. My muscles aren't as round because I'm edging close to competition. And I had these kids looking at me. I was doing some shoulder pressing, and these kids were next to me at the gym, and they were I don't know, they kind of smirking and this and that. And again, just. We're morons. Men, we're idiots, right?
We're cavemen.
We are. That's exactly what it is. So, like a caveman that I was, and for what reason? To prove what to who? To little kids? Well, I'm saying little kids. They must have been in their mid-20s, maybe late 20s. But like the moron that I am, I take off my my hoodie. I didn't bang my chest. It's metaphoric. I banged my chest, and I did the weights that I usually do, which with shoulders. I grabbed 110 pounders, 110 in each hand, and I started shoulder pressing. So I'm very strong in the shoulders. So I started doing that, and these kids are looking, and that's when, at that point in time, I took off the pump cover after, and the hoodie, and that's when they looked at me, oh, dude, what do you... And then I just look at him with a little smirk, and I walked away.
That's it.
And then the last time I went heavy is after that at Nico's gym. I just had this thing. It was this thing. It's called a rack pull. It's an exercise.
Yeah, the rack pulls.
I had done 595 pounds, and I just had it in my head. I had to hit the 600 mark. For what? To what purpose? To what avail? Who was there looking at me? My wife.
I think I was there that day.
Were you?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I just loaded up the weight.
This was
and
a while ago.
This last year, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
So I just loaded up the weight. I loaded up 610 pounds. And I strap up this and I just grabbed it and I just started, I'm shaking. My whole body's shaking, trembling, this, that. I got it up, I held it. The stupid caveman scream. I dropped the weight. After I did it, my cousin Thomas, actually, you guys know him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you need to do that for? Who'd you have to prove? Would you have to prove it to who?
Yourself.
I didn't even need to prove it to myself. I knew I was going to be able to lift it, but what do I have to do it for?
Look, there is an ego at the gym. We all have one.
But
We
I
all
cut
have
that.
one.
But like we were
Now
saying
we
outside.
stop, yeah.
Now, Nico, truth be told, I don't lift barely any free weights now. Very rarely, just machines and cables.
That's it. Me too.
And all I concentrate is every angle, every motion has to be specific, has to be precise. Where I'm feeling that muscle, that specific muscle that I'm training, get that pump. I couldn't care how much weight I'm lifting.
Yeah, me too.
I
I
see-
stopped the dumbbells too because all my shoulder injury. It's not.
Yeah,
it's-
but you were lifting heavy. Like I'm still doing
well,
weights.
if you think I was,
but
you should see what he was lifting. Like, I was lifting heavy. Yeah, okay. Like he said, 110 dumbbells on the shoulders. Man, I was at the 100, so he's at that level above. So, but now forget it. It's not worth it. I don't want to get injured. I don't want to go home and
But-
try to
but
lift
I-
my daughter and say, "Oh,
But
my shoulder
but I think
hurts."
it's
You
sort of
know?
the balance. I still do weights, but I go reps of 20, more controlled weights. I do more
Well, again,
functional.
you
it's
see,
different.
listen, it's more functional.
Yeah,
Even when people say, to gain muscle, you need to do this much weight.
Yeah.
You need to do. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Nico.
that's. I mean, I've said that before. Like I go heavier. I don't go heavy like I used to, but I'll go to 8 to 12 or up to 15, up to 20.
But even that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'll take, like I told you, I was shoulder pressing for sets, the 110s for sets. Now, for 8 reps. Now I'll do the 50s for 8 reps, but
Slowly.
Slowly
strict,
controlled,
strict,
yeah.
strict.
A good negative on the way
Because a lot
down.
of people don't do forms. I see them at the gym.
No, most people
They're
don't
swinging
know.
their body, their core's not engaged, their feet are not planted. I'm like, yeah, you could do it. But if you do it properly, you're going to diminish half the way. Same thing with chin-ups or pull-ups. I see people do, no, go all the way down, go all the way up, full range of motion. When you do it properly, it's completely different, especially for
But
me, for
again,
martial arts.
you know how many people are delusional as to what correct is. Again, there was this thing where Mark Wahlberg actually did on the Ellen DeGeneres show. I don't know if you guys seen it. He said they were asking him about pull-ups and how many pull-ups you could do, and he said I could do 40 clean. And then he goes out and he does
He
pull-ups.
did 40 clean?
No,
No, okay.
But in his mind, they're clean.
those are
clean.
not clean. There's 40 clean.
It's
I doubt
Hollywood
it.
clean. It's Hollywood.
But I'm looking at this. I'm
How
looking at him
clean
do
are
this.
they?
I'm like, those are clean. Those are clean pull-ups, dude. And taking nothing away from the guy, he's in phenomenal shape.
But it probably looked like this.
It was,
Or
it
a
was
little bit
more like
lower, yeah.
the neck was.
the neck, yeah.
It's funny.
The next
pumping.
extension.
It's funny the story you said that with the kids, because we all have it. Like sometimes I go to the gym and there's a younger kid there and he's like looking at me because I don't cover up. I was wearing my tank top. I look okay, but you know the younger kids are starting to like they try to like mess with you a bit. You could tell, right?
It's normal.
And we were doing a 1-arm rows, right? And my back is my strongest part. It's on my shoulder. It's not my pushing. Me, anything pulling, I'm strong. Pushing, I have a hard time. So we started, they were doing the rows, and me, I had finished my rows. Even though I'd finished, I'm like, let me show these kids how it's done. I grabbed the 120s there, and I start rowing, like, and start going at it. But again, what was the point? I have to stop with that because that's the times I get injured. And then it's not worth it. And then I lose another month at the gym or 2 months.
that's
And you
precise.
know, when we get tired, isn't it hard to go back? Once you get used to like lying down for
Oh
like...
no! I
Yeah,
can't
I have
wait.
that problem. I
Well,
do have
listen,
that problem.
Truth is, with my injury, I got surgery. I had a cast on for a month in pain. I was at the gym with my sling on and just pushing with my right hand just so I could get blood
You don't get
circulating.
lazy?
Never,
I get
never.
lazy. If I stay too long, dog, and I don't go, if I stay a week, I'm okay. But over a week, I notice that my body starts enjoying the laziness, right?
I went down right after Christmas. We went with the family, with my wife and kids. We went down to Florida. My first reaction is, "Where's the nearest gym?" Yeah, wherever we go on vacation, like I need to book a vacation.
Is there a gym?
Is there a gym? Where is there a gym?
You have to find one.
The only time wasn't last year, not 2023, 2022. We were in Greece. And the gym was about a 15, 20-minute drive from where we were. And my wife told me, you are not to move. You sit your ass right there. You're not going to the gym. She goes, you're going to take 2 weeks off, much needed break for your body. You relax.
You know, every morning in Greece, we talk like, how do we stay in shape at 40? I don't give it up. When I was in Greece this year, every morning before my wife woke up and my daughter woke up, they want to go to the beach, right? I'm jogging to the gym, train for an hour and a half, come back home, have my breakfast, then take my family to the beach and have a good time. But I try not to miss even on vacation because...
But the vacation is the best time. You have no stress. You could train when you want to train. I love
But
it.
consistency at our age,
it's
consistency is
the key.
important.
Yeah.
And I have a question. Okay. What's the hardest challenge you have training now at our age? Like, what would you say is your hardest challenge?
The hardest challenge.
Yeah, like what gives you the most difficulty? What about training?
The time management, you would
Just enjoy. It could be a pain. It could be pains. It could be time. It could be work. It could be like...
I smell food.
Myself,
food.
Laziness. Okay, I don't have the time. I say that I don't have the time.
Jean-Baptiste?
I say.
Okay.
I'm saying.
Okay.
But if I choose to go to the gym, I could. I could wake up at 7. I could wake up at 6 and go and still go. I have no freaking energy right now. I can tell you, my testosterone is at 1, and now I have
so
to.
you're there now. Okay.
I have to stop TRT because of surrogacy. Okay, we are going through surrogacy now, so
Okay.
I need my sperms. So I had to stop it. But
It's affecting you now.
oh my God, don't tell me about it. I stopped it in December.
Well, power to you, doctor.
I and my friend, it's not easy. After work, I have to go back home, and I'm not a person.
But let me ask you a question. If you were to mind yourself accordingly and hit the gym,
I could.
even to do something, do you think it would change anything in your energy levels?
It could. It could.
I think it would.
Because before it used to. I didn't have any problem before. I was training properly. I was cut and everything. Like five years ago, I was cut. But I turned diabetic, you know, that
Did that
things-
affect you mentally, you think?
mentally, yes, sir.
So
Yes.
you backed away.
So I backed away. I was having a lot of hypoglycemia. So I had to stop. I had to stop. But now, when I train, it makes me feel so good.
It is. It's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
feeling.
guys,
The endorphins
best
kick
feeling.
in.
Laziness is something.
Yeah,
I went
laziness is a
through
thing.
depression before with gym only.
You know what? I wish to God, I could, and I feel for both of you. I can't understand that. I've never had any type of bout with mental issues.
Good for you.
God bless.
Again,
Yeah, it's,
I don't by any means
You know, we're
want to
Greek,
diminish
right?
it.
We're Greek,
Yeah,
so
we're
it's like,
high-
what's
highly-
wrong with you? You
We're
know?
highly stressed and highly anxious people by
Well,
But
nature.
also, we're not the
it's-
right kind of culture to actually talk
talk
about
about it.
this. Like, I was like, what's wrong with these?
Oh no, but don't get me, don't
No.
misinterpret it. I'm not saying I know it exists.
No, but no. I'm just trying to say that when we look when I was
Forget
going
the way
through
we were raised. How we are now.
yeah, when I was going through it, a lot of my surroundings couldn't understand. Right? Like,
Well,
what's
we
wrong
didn't.
with you?
Yeah,
What's
I
wrong with
remember
you?
you being a
Well,
kid. We didn't fully understand.
Like, what's wrong with you? You have everything. Why are you sad? You
which
have a
is
nice
true.
car. You have a business. You're making money. You're doing this. Like, what's wrong with you? Snap out of it. My father's like, snap out of it. Snap out of it. But no, my father, I can't say he was all right with it. But people didn't understand. Look, it wasn't easy when you grow up and you have suicidal thoughts and you have these weird thoughts and you go to bed every night and all you can think about is how life is horrible.
When
It's
you
a
have-
dark
yeah.
cloud. You could be living in a mansion and you think your life is horrible.
You see,
And-
I
and
wish
it's
to
hard,
God, I
right?
wish to God I could just place myself in
That's
somebody
hard. I
don't wish-
suffering with.
I don't
No,
wish
don't get me
it
wrong,
on
not
my
to have
any-
it, just to be able to
Understand.
transport myself into a mind to understand what that's like. Because for me,
It's hard to
I
figure out.
love to understand what makes a person tick.
Look, now that I wasn't supposed to be off medication. They told me I'm going to be on meds all my life. I flushed
No.
them in the garbage. I took my matters into my own hands, then the TRT and everything. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't wish this on my worst enemy. You've seen me and how I am now. I feel for when people tell me they're depressed, I take it very seriously because I don't think people understand to what extent what's going on in your mind. It's a horrible feeling. And there could be nothing wrong in your life. It's all perceived.
Yeah, because
Well,
you had
perception.
For some
You
people,
had everything. Like
for
from
some people,
me
they
looking
do
at-
have reason to be depressed. I had no reason to be depressed. Zero, like physically in my
But
surroundings.
now, let me ask you another question, okay? And we're straying off topic completely here, but
it's about it.
we're getting into mental health here. There's this comedian, okay? He had this stand-up bit, okay? He says, you know what? Depression that we have in the Western world. What do we have to be depressed about? He goes, once you get yourself to Africa, they go, you know what? They wake up in the morning, hey, goal achieved. I'm awake. I'm alive. Some of these places in
absolutely
Africa.
right. That's why I'm
So-
saying that.
Let me play something here.
And
Guys.
again, I know I'm downplaying it tremendously here.
Yes, completely. But myself, I will tell you my story there. I was depressed because I was a trauma doctor before. I came to Canada. I could not be a trauma doc at the same level. Okay. I came here. I had to go through exams. Okay. Exams that, that are easy to go
Because
through.
they wouldn't recognize your attestations here?
It's recognized, but you need to take your test still.
Regardless. Okay.
Yes. So, I was a new immigrant. I didn't know the system. Okay, PTSD from my other job, PTSD from kidnapping, everything. PTSD from earthquake in 2010. So,
In
Yes.
Port-au-Prince?
exactly. So, guys, I could not sleep. I could not close my eyes. So, not sleeping properly. You don't understand what is going on here. You have a wife in your house who doesn't understand you or what is going through your head. You feel like killing yourself. But the thing is, I used to tell myself, well, I cannot die. If I die, I want to be a doctor here. It was my goal.
Just to be a doctor. You had exterior forces that affected you. I had none. That's what I couldn't. Nobody could understand why I was depressed. Why would I be? I had everything.
Literally. 3 weeks after competition, so I maintained the leanness. So I'm very lean, right? Last year, I'm at 4% body, 4.5% body fat, lean, vascular all over. We go to the beach, my wife and my kids. The kids wanted to go into the water, and now I'm saying my kids. They're grown-ass women, okay? My daughter's 18 years old, and the other one is 16. Yeah. Mom, let's go to the thing. So we went to this youthful beach bar, if you will, on one of the islands. So we get our seats. They walk towards the convincer. So I sit back. I'm with my cigar there. Now you're looking at the crowd all around. Nice, beautiful crowd. Young Greeks, young vacationer, tourists from all over. They're partying. Anyway, they come back. It was very wavy. They came back. My wife's like, look, I'm not doing this. There's too much waves out there. I got this. I get up. Now, I take off my shirt. It was, I take off my shirt. Now, all the stairs. Okay, wash. The whispers, this and that. Strutting down the beach. I'm strutting with my daughters. My daughters are looking at themselves. They're hitting themselves, slapping themselves on the face. Oh, my God, this guy's not going to be able to fit through anywhere. His head is too inflated. We go to the beach. The waves are hitting. One of my daughters is getting flipped over. Now I'm trying to be the big hero, go to save my daughter. This is my youngest now, the 16-year-old. The 18-year-old is on the outside, and she's like, Dad, stop. The one wave hits me, turns me over, flips me upside down. I try to get up. Another one hits me. I'm flipping. I'm trying to. So I felt great. I felt like a hero. The waves took me down so many levels.
Humbled you. That's it.
Humbled is not even a word that is the. But
you feel good though. You
felt good initially.
Well, listen. So, like he said, that you do feel good. If you can keep on training in your 40s and 50s, as long as your body is cooperating. I met an old wrestler. He was 90 years old, and we can finish if you want after.
Yeah.
You know what he told me? Because I was in pain, I was complaining. I was 20 years old. I was complaining that this hurts. He goes to me, my friend, motion is the lotion. He goes,
motion is the
lotion. Don't stop moving. When you stop, it gets worse. Just continue, fight through the pain, and you'll be okay. And this was a 90-year-old guy. He still looked good. And that always stuck with me. Motion is the lotion.
And as long as you look good doing it.
That's it.
So I think we're going to end it with that. Motion is the lotion, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Dr. Jeb Alain, we're going to be filming this week again some more men's aesthetics.
Yes.
We'll be posting those up. Yes. We're going to be doing some PRP on me.
I will pay to see this.
Oh, you do PRP?
Yes, I do.
Costa, thank you for coming on.
Pleasure.
My cousin
Anytime.
Perry, we're going to do this again for sure, like a part 2, because we have so much more to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll see you next week.